If you have ADHD, you're more likely to have an addiction to alcohol and other things. And a lot of people think that addiction is caused by dopamine seeking. That is true, but that's only part of the story. Today, we're going to be talking about other reasons why your ADHD brain might be addicted to alcohol and how to fix it. What's up, guys? I'm Ryan, the Life Coach. I'm a coach, author, and I've been sober for the past 8 years. On this channel, we help ADHD and ADHD curious minds live an alcohol-free lifestyle and eliminate that need to drink. Today, I'm going to be talking about the link between alcohol and ADHD and dopamine and other things that might be causing you ADHD brain to want to reach for that drink and get that relief from your overthinking mind. So dopamine is one of the main causes that people think that we drink alcohol as ADHD people, right? We're seeking dopamine. We need a little bit of dopamine from alcohol. It gives us that pleasure, hits that pleasure center in our brain, and that we're able to move on to the left. But there's another reason that I found over the years working with people with fast brains, and also my personal experience in sobriety, is that another reason is regulation. Regulation is a huge factor, especially us with ADHD and fast brains, because we try to regulate our brains. We try to regulate our emotions, trying to regulate our overwhelmed system, our nervous system, all those things. And that comes with having this ADHD style brain. And for me, I know that from experience, because I was using alcohol as an emergency break for myself, especially when it came to overthinking and social situations, those kinds of things as well. Stress from work, all sorts of things were going on in my mind, and my brain would just not stop racing until I had that drink. And once I had that drink, my brain would shut off. I get a little bit of clarity, a little bit of relief, and then I'd have to drink even more because the alcohol would wear off, and I get caught in that vicious cycle of drink, reward, and then the next day the shame, the guilt, the anxiety, and just made things a ton more worse. So if it's not just dopamine that we're seeking regulation, what do? Well, there's one option where you could just get rid of alcohol out of your life. You can remove it from your house, you can remove it from your life, and everything should be fine, right? But the problem is alcohol. You remove alcohol from your life, and you just use willpower to do that, and you just remove it from your life. And then what happens? Well, it kind of ends up sneaking back in a week, 2 weeks later, because you haven't replaced it with anything better. See, if we just remove alcohol, then that's fine. That might work for a week or two, but you don't actually know what's underlying, what's causing the actual problem. And that's eliminating the need to drink and quitting drinking. Quitting drinking is just removing alcohol from life, eliminating the need, the underlying issues going on. That's where the real change is going to happen. That's how I've stayed sober for the past 8 years, and that's what I help other people do as well. So that's all great. So it's all about regulation, right? And maybe the dopamine's a little bit part of that, but regulation is a big part of it as well. So how do we do that? What do we do? How do we regulate our brains? Well, I came up with something called the 6 Sense Power Pause. It's helped a lot of clients over the years, and I wanted to share that with you guys today. So it's a grounding exercise called the 6 Sense Power Pause. So what it is 4x4 breathing. You start with your breath. Breathe in for 4, out for 4. Just like that. Breath is one of those things you always have with you. I like to tell my clients that, if you don't have your breathing, you're going to be dead, right? So you might not have your journal, you might not have other tools that we talk about, but you do have your breath, and your breath can really help you here as well if you 4 in, 4 out. So you get into the 4x4 breathing, do about 2 to 3 rounds of that. And then what you're going to do is go through the 6 senses, right? So what do I see? Name a couple things you can see. What do I smell? Name a couple things you can smell. What do I hear? Name a couple things you can hear. What can I taste in my mouth? What can I feel physically on my body? My clothes, my shoes, my socks, my butt in the chair, those kinds of things. And then what do I actually feel? What is the feeling I'm actually feeling? Overwhelm, stress, anxiety. Name that feeling, because if you can name it, you can tame it, right? So once we understand what we're actually feeling, it's a lot easier to move forward with a plan. And then what is my intention here, right? Is my intention to relieve my stress? Well, what's the opposite of that intention with alcohol? Is alcohol actually going to relieve my stress? Yeah, maybe for the moment, but it's going to make me more stressed out tomorrow. Is alcohol actually going to make me more confident? Yeah, it might make me confident right now, but it's going to make me less confident tomorrow. And once that alcohol wears off, I might do something dumb and act stupid. So that's going to make me less confident as well. So those kind of reframes are what we want to do there, so that we can kind of see that alcohol isn't actually giving us what we need. And there's the 5 sense thing, that what do I see? What do I smell? What do I hear? What do I taste? And what do I feel physically? That is going to get you back in that executive function, your brain actually functioning in a semi-proper state. It's not going to completely get rid of your cravings, but if you can ride through those, make them a little bit less over time, that's going to be a great thing for you too as well. So there's a link to a guided grounded meditation that goes through the 6 Sense Power Pause somewhere up here. I'll give that link to you guys so that you guys can go through that and try it out. And when you start feeling the anticipation to drink, maybe a transition from work to home, maybe you're feeling tension, stress, whatever, you can going to have that there as a tool. That's your first regulation tool that I wanted to give you guys. So anyways, guys, use the 6 Sense Power Pause whenever you're feeling that craving coming on, that anticipation to drink, and hopefully it helps you guys kind of calm down, get back into a better place, and then we can learn more tools and put better things in place to replace alcohol instead of just get rid of it and use willpower, because that never actually works long term. So anyways, guys, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Also, if you're wanting to kind of get through your first 7 days of living alcohol free and you want to experiment with these regulation tools, kind of understand where you are with your drinking and how to get to past the 7 days, and then I do have a 7-day regulation experiment on Skool. You can join us there. It's a community of people. We go through it every 7 days. There's videos, there's courses, there's workbooks, there's all sorts of great things. Also, I'm opening up a founder down at something called Fast Brain 90. If you really want to be serious about this and you want to get some coaching and get your first 90 days living alcohol free, I do have a founder's rate coming up in here in July for about 30 people I can take in. We get coaching, we got a community, we got accountability, all kind of stuff. If you want to hear more about that, just comment. I'll send you the information, or you can join the Fast Brain Sobriety Skool community and it can give you more information there as well in the premium section. So anyways, guys, have yourselves a meaningful day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, you're not broken, you're just wired differently, and that's what we do here. We try to train your brain and not shame it, live an alcohol-free lifestyle. See you guys in the next video.